Malaysia confident MH17 shootdown culprits will be prosecuted. Woman killed by jet engine blast at popular Caribbean tourist attraction. Good afternoon, I'm Cynthia Arthur. You're watching News on 2. Malaysia is confident that the perpetrators responsible in downing the Malaysia Airlines flight MH17 in Ukraine in 2014 will be prosecuted by the end of the year after extensive investigation into the tragic incident. Speaking to the media after memorial service for the third anniversary of the tragedy yesterday, Transport Minister Dato Sri Julai said Malaysia and the joint investigation team countries of the Netherlands, Belgium, Ukraine and Australia have agreed that national prosecution against those responsible for shooting down MH17 be done in the Netherlands.
Dia juga nak the person who actually shoot launch the book missile to come forward to tell us what is actually happening on that particular day, because it's very sure that it is a book missile. It is from land to air missile who shoot down MH17.
MH17, which was en route to Kuala Lumpur from Amsterdam with 298 passengers and crew, was shot down in eastern Ukraine on July 17th, 2014, killing all on board. The National Water Services Commission, SPAN, carried out an operation on an apartment building site suspected of using water supply illegally. The raid was done at a construction site in Cheras, Selangor. The raid was done after the Commission received complaints from Syarikat Bekalan Air Selangor Sdn Bhd, Syabas. In a statement to the media, SPAN said the premises are believed to own 2 water supply accounts registered under Binastra Able Build Sdn Bhd and SK Mix Sdn Bhd. The first account is still active, whereas the second account had been terminated in January 2016. In the operation, SPAN found a polypipe connection, 32 millimeters in diameter from the Syabas main pipe to channel water supply to the construction workers' makeshift quarters for their daily use. A chlorine test also confirmed that the water supply at the site was indeed treated water. SPAN said investigations into the case is ongoing. In light of the case, SPAN is asking for public cooperation to report suspected water theft cases to its enforcement division at 0383179333 or aduan at span.gov.my. A group of 4 employers who were charged with harboring illegal foreign workers after the Immigration Department's e-card deadline ended on June 30th pleaded guilty at the Butterworth Sessions Court yesterday. Tan Suwa, 63, was fined 6,000 ringgit or faced with 3 years imprisonment for failing to register his Nepalese worker, whereas the 3 other employers were found guilty of harboring the illegal workers at their premises. All the 4 accused paid their fines. A 5-year-old girl drowned and a boy critically injured after they slipped and fell into a pond in Kampung Batu 19, Kuala Nerang, Kedah yesterday evening. Nur Damia Nadira Sharudin and Muhammad Rushaidi Muhammad Naam, also 5, are believed to have fallen into the pond in Kampung Sena at about 6 p.m. Based on initial reports, family members realized the children went missing when they were not found in the house. The children were unconscious when the villagers found them floating in the middle of the pond at 6:50 p.m. Padang Terap Acting District Police Chief ACP Amran alias Muhammad Zaki Omar said Damia was pronounced dead upon arrival at the Kuala Nerang Hospital while Rushaidi was unconscious. SP Amran said Damia's body was sent to the Sultanah Bahia Hospital for post-mortem while Rushaidi has been transferred to intensive care unit of the same hospital. Police said investigations into the incident was ongoing. Heavy rain and storms since 9 p.m. yesterday caused fallen trees and a roof building to collapse in several areas around the capital. According to Kuala Lumpur Fire and Rescue Department Operations Centre Chief Zaman Ismail, they received an emergency call regarding a collapsed roof which crashed onto several vehicles parked in Alpha Villa in Wangsamaju at 10:04 p.m. yesterday. As soon as they received the call, Chief Zamani Ismail said a team of 7 firefighters and a truck from the Wangsamaju Fire and Rescue Station rushed to the scene, arriving on location 10 minutes later. The collapsed roof crushed 7 cars and 2 motorcycles. No casualties were reported. Fire razed a clothing apparel shop and a handicraft shop near a mosque in the Tawau town, Sabah, around 4:30 a.m. today. Firefighters received a call around 4:50 a.m. today and dispatched 4 fire trucks with 25 firefighters to the scene. The team arrived 12 minutes later and managed to control the fire from spreading to nearby business premises. The rapid spread of flames and low water pressure made it hard for the fire and rescue team to control the fire. Thus, many rows of business premises were destroyed. The cause of the fire and losses are still under investigations. This was the 3rd case of fire in the area this month after the incidents at Batu Empat, Jalan Apas, which involved 250 houses, and in Kampung Tawau Lama, where 7 houses and business premises were destroyed. Malaysia retail sector needs to reduce dependence on foreign workers. This and more coming up.
Pelbagai acara tradisi akan diadakan. Majlis Rumah Terbuka Malaysia Aidilfitri 2017, Stadium Mini, Padang Awam Taman Seri Lambak Sembrong Keluang Johor menjadi tumpuan. Dirasmikan oleh Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri Malaysia bersama Kementerian Pelancongan dan Kebudayaan Malaysia. Siaran langsung Majlis Rumah Terbuka Malaysia Aidilfitri 2017, 15 Julai, Sabtu, 9 malam, TV2, eksklusif daripada Kementerian Pelancongan dan Kebudayaan Malaysia.
Swiss-based instrumentation and automation products company Anderson Hauser EH will strengthen its operations in Malaysia by investing 22.06 million ringgit to provide training, strategic consultancy and technological expertise to their clients through their new customer service and training facility in Shah Alam. Anderson Hauser Group Chief Executive Officer Matthias Altendorf said the new facility is in line with the trajectory of EH's strong performance in the country over the past 30 years. Clearly, this latest move by EH will cement Malaysia's position as an attractive market for process automation in Southeast Asia.
We have been here for 27 years. The company was established in 1953, and we think from one generation to the next generations. So my job and Chao's job is how do the next generation of Malayan people get excellent process automation and control from Anderson Hauser. So we have a long-term view. We have confidence in Malaysia and we have trust in Malaysia. The Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, can only block various online marketplace sites deemed as scams, but is powerless to take action against online fraudsters. According to Deputy Minister of Communications and Multimedia, Datuk Jailani Johari, the MCMC can only provide technical support, such as the links of the websites involved to the agency that requests for it. Datuk Jailani advised the public to report online fraud cases to the police, the Ministry of Domestic Trade, Cooperatives and Consumerism, KPD and KK, or the relevant agencies for further action.
KPD KK ada mengeluarkan satu garis panduan dari segi penjualan atas talian. Jadi apa juga kesalahan itu tertakluk kepada garis panduan ataupun akta yang berkaitan. Jadi kita lebih memberi peranan sebagai agensi teknikal lah untuk membantu untuk mengesal link-link yang berkaitan.
Online scams are reportedly running rampant in the country, with MCMC registering more than 645 complaints through its Mudah.my portal to date since last year. Malaysia's retail sector needs to reduce dependence on foreign workers, especially where frontline positions are concerned. The president of the Malaysia Retail Chain Association, MRCA, Datuk Gary Chua, suggested local retailers to employ Malaysians instead of foreigners to fill the post.
The front line, we wish to have more locals. But the back line, sometimes there's no choice. The locals doesn't want to do that part of the job. So we have to no choice but to employ some of the foreigners. But it's a process. I think we are encouraging all the retailers.
He was speaking at a press conference for the launch of the Malaysia International Retail and Franchise Fair, MIRF 2017 in Kuala Lumpur. The ceremony was officiated by Minister of Domestic Trade, Cooperatives and Consumerism, Dato' Hamzah Zainuddin. The MIRF 2017 lasted for 4 days, involving 200 companies which are homegrown and from abroad, showcasing a wide range of retail products.
The 60-year strong bond of friendship and diplomatic ties between Malaysia and New Zealand bodes well for both countries moving forward into the future. New Zealand High Commissioner to Malaysia, Dr. John Subritsky, is confident that there will be further cooperations in several sectors, namely tourism, trade and investment.
Education remains the main trust that binds the Malaysia-New Zealand relationship that was established over 6 decades ago. The Colombo Plan became the foundation of this relationship since it was introduced in 1950 as means of cooperation between Commonwealth countries.
New Zealand had a modest but an important and constructive role in supporting Malaya and Malaysia in its crucial nation-building experience. And that was through things particularly in regard to development. New Zealand was a participant in the Colombo Plan, and the first students from Malaysia came to New Zealand in the early 1950s. And since then we've had many thousands, literally, of Malaysian students who have come to New Zealand, studied in New Zealand.
Aside from education, strong economic ties between the two nations continues to flourish ever since the Malaysia-New Zealand Free Trade Agreement was established in 2009. Currently, trade between the two countries stands at 6.26 billion ringgit in 2016, with Malaysia's exports to New Zealand worth 3.22 billion ringgit and imports worth 3 billion ringgit.
Since the EMSFTA came into force, which was in 2010, it was signed here in Kuala Lumpur in 2009. But since 2010, bilateral trade, overall trade between the two countries has grown by 20%, which is quite an achievement when you think about the fact that this has all happened in the shadow of the global financial crisis.
Dr. John Subritsky added that Malaysia's involvement in New Zealand's property development sector is most welcomed, given the double-digit growth boost it has given to the nation's tourism sector.
Malaysia's under-22 side receive a confidence boost for 2 upcoming tournaments with a 2-0 victory over Myanmar U22 in a friendly at a soggy Shah Alam Stadium last night. Goals in either half gave Dato' Ong Kim's side a well-deserved win against Gerdzes's visitors.
The home side began brightly in front of a sparse crowd at Shah Alam Stadium and went ahead in the 26th minute through N. Thanabalan of Negeri Sembilan. They had more opportunities to add to their lead until a massive storm just before halftime turned the pitch into a quagmire. Malaysia had to wait until the 87th minute to make sure of their victory. After some impressive pressing, the Malaysians hit Myanmar on the counter-attack. This time, the impressive Thanabalan turned provider for Daniel Ashraf of Kelantan to score. Ong would have been satisfied with his team's performance, despite a rain-soaked pitch that made possession football challenging. The Malaysian team will leave for Bangkok on July 17th, ahead of the 2018 AFC U23 qualifying tournament. After that, Malaysia will be the host nation for men's football in the SEA Games in Kuala Lumpur starting on August 14th.
That concludes this afternoon's edition of News on 2. In our top story, Malaysia confident MH17 shootdown culprits will be prosecuted by year-end. Join us again at 7 tonight for more updates. Till then, I'm CYNTHIA. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant day.